Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session with its motion to revoke probation docket. Next case is cause number M321394. Case is filed with State of Texas versus Chase Wade Ellis. Mr. Ellis, would you please come forward? Okay, Mr. Ellis, we're here on your first amended motion to revoke your probation that you were here earlier this morning. And the court gave you to, I think, 3 p.m. The time now is 3:05. You've been here. You got here before 3 p.m. And I think you was to pay remaining balance of $127 on your probation. And you was gonna buy a gift card. I think it was $240 to buy off the remaining balance of the community service. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you did that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that correct, Mr. Kelly?
No.
Yeah,
No, I'll let the probation department explain, but there's a gift card that was purchased. So probation fees were not paid directly. We do not know how much is on the gift card. And we also have someone that's going to testify regarding his instructions of being told how to pay and who pay, and not putting everything on a gift card. So probation has not been paid. He was supposed to place everything on the gift card.
He did pay that probation.
Oh, yes. Okay, what's one?
okay, you did,
He
okay.
did pay the 127.
So it's the
He
gift
was-
card.
He was told, on several occasions by me that I've given them that same form, and same with Officer Parsons. He was instructed that, the way you do the gift card is it's a charity donation to a charity called Some Other Place. $3 an hour, you get $240. I give them the sheet. I explained to him that he has to, go to either Walmart, Academy, or HEB and get a gift card. It can't be a Visa, a MasterCard, or American Express because they charge the extra fees. It has to be from one of those stores because there's extra charity that comes from the store. That he has to take the gift card, when he buys the gift card, he needs, if there's anything else, he has to pay for that separately because he needs a clean receipt. All right, then he takes the receipt, the gift card, and the sheet that I've filled out down to the charity, Some Other Place. They fill out at the bottom, they give him a copy of what they filled out and a copy of the receipt and the gift card. All right. That's what we use to process it. We can't accept the gift card. He's been told that. What's more than that, about 40 minutes ago, he was at our office. He had paid the $107 and he calls Officer Parsons. And I can ask Mr. Parsons to come down here. He called Officer Parsons and said, I've got the gift card and they won't take it down here. Mr. Parsons told him again, right then, you need to go to some other place and that's where you submit it. You don't submit it to us. We can't accept it. He decides to come up here anyway. Mr. Parsons and I apologize for the bluntness of this, have been dealing with his lies so much that Mr. Parsons knew right then to go ahead and call me. So Mr. Parsons called me before he ever came in and told me that if he shows up there, I told him directly, go to some other place. You still have time. It's right around the corner. You can do this. Instead, he comes in front of myself and the bailiff, talk about, well, Mr. Parsons told me just to take the gift card down to the court and y'all deal with it there. Well, we can't. I'm not allowed to accept it.
And I'm sorry, I was misspoken. I thought that everything was on the gift card, but okay, so on.
Right. And I'm assuming that,
But we don't know how much is on.
I'm assuming that he's telling the truth about getting the gift card, but for all I know, he went into HEB and just grabbed one off the shelf and says, here it is.
Can I speak?
Yes,
Okay, went, like we spoke about earlier, went and got the, my credit card, got the money off, got the gift card, came back, and if I apologize, first I want to apologize, if I think I'm being difficult, you made that statement out here, that's not my intent whatsoever, I want this behind me, I promise you, so I apologize if I've been difficult. I'm just giving you my apology. But anyways, I got the card off, money off my card. I went and got the gift card. If he did tell me that I was not supposed to bring it to the probation office, I didn't hear it. So I brought it to I didn't have time, the place that, let me get to that here in a second. I brought it to the probation office, that went to the front, paid my fees, told the lady I had a receipt, a gift card and a receipt. She said, I think you're supposed to call your probation officer and bring that upstairs to him. And I said, okay, so she gave me his extension, called up there to him, and he said, he did say that you're supposed to verify it with, the place that's circled on the list. There is a place circled on the list, but it's in Nederland, Texas. So it was, I had no time to go to all the places.
No, he just said it was some other place, which is,
Not in
Yeah, I've got the
what's it,
paperwork out here.
McFadden? What's the name of the street it's on?
It's over there by Calder and,
Yeah, is it McFadden?
I believe it's Center Street is the formal address of it, but it is right there on the back.
Here's Orchard
Right.
Circle, it says Nederland, Texas,
some of the places where we've been telling you to go.
with the one that's
Okay.
circled is, and that's what he said, that you have to bring it to the place that's circled on the list, and that's in Nederland, Texas.
Well, that's that was, I apologize for that. That's a different form than we normally use, only because you lost the one that I gave you last week.
But he's supposed to bring it to some other place,
Yes.
not Needham.
And he was,
No.
and that's where he was told to take it to.
Okay, but the form says, that circle said Needham.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Parsons, you can come on up.
Yes, sir. And I think I may be able to provide some clarity on the matter. So I've been supervising Mr. Ellis for a period of time since he was sentenced to probation on this term. We're here today in previous court hearings due to alleged non-compliance of probation orders that were set out in the conditions of probation. Since that time, it has been a difficult process to get Mr. Ellis back into compliance with those conditions, to include community service, fee payments, and things of that nature. And essentially, while on this document here, it may be circled as community care prayer outreach that was provided to him by Mr. Gilliam in court today, the reality is that on numerous occasions, even prior to his last court appearance, I have provided him with the same document, in essence of contents, but have circled and instructed him to go to some other place. And we just hadn't really been getting anywhere, which is evidenced by why he's standing before you today, is because he hasn't taken care of it prior to today. So that's essentially where we're at right now, Your Honor, is he has paid, and I can confirm through here that he did make a payment today, like we've talked about. I don't think that's in question, but he does have a zero balance towards his court-ordered monies that he was required to pay. But this whole debacle here, I'll call it, is due to essentially Mr. Ellis's procrastination, as well as the fact that it's not completed as he's before you here this morning and subsequently this afternoon.
Sir, when I first started probation, I asked for a list of because I was planning on doing my community service, I asked for a list of the approved places. I still today have never received that list.
That's because he was provided the document to do so.
Sir, I can also speak to that in court. In court, I've given him twice. I don't think I have the sheet with me because I don't have my box, but I've given him twice the option to go down to the same charity when we had special projects going on, where he was actually going to get 10 to 1 hours. So he had 80 hours. He could go down there for 2 mornings, work 4 hours each morning, and be finished with this without spending.
That's correct. And he did mention a program.
So you've never gotten anything.
That was the hearing before last. I've been on probation for 15 months, and I've asked for a list for probably 2 or 3 times. I think 2 actually.
Okay, so, State, what do you want to do?
The amount is correct based on the numbers. I just verified the numbers with the receipt. So essentially, he did not pay it to the right location. However, he made payment, and I did not know this, but he made payment in full to probation.
Yes.
So that changes my mind slightly. I think, thank you. If there was some confusion, I'll give you a little leeway based on the circle saying somewhere else. But I do think you need to get your act together. I'm probably a lot more lenient than most
Okay.
Can.
Let me ask Mr. Parson or Mr. Glenn. So he needs to bring a sheet to
This one.
some other place?
Yes.
Does it have to be, not with the gift card?
With the gift card,
They will sign it
and he can bring it back.
And he
if we
can bring it
put
back
this
here.
off For a week.
a week.
Well, I'm,
I'm looking at doing it,
right now.
give it at 4 o'clock to do, I mean, the place is right up the street, right? Well, I mean, it may take a little time.
Hey,
Let's just give it,
This is the other option.
we're gonna give 1 hour.
The other issue.
Follow him there and just see myself.
So the other issue, and the reason I like the 4 o'clock, because he
Yeah.
also refused a drug test today. If
Right,
he doesn't come back at 4 o'clock, we need to attend to that. If he does,
right,
then we
right,
wash our
right,
hands.
right. If he don't do this here, I mean, then we go to, step
Correct.
2.
And that's only because
We don't have time to do all
the
that.
gift card has been verified.
Let's say 4:15. Yeah, he can drive right down.
The address, I mean, because this address still
It's
says.
right here on McFadden, right here.
Some of
Well,
the
he's not
places right
from
there.
here. Wow.
I do know where McFadden is out.
Here is a donation form that you will utilize to take to some other place, accompanied by the gift card and the receipt verifying that you loaded the money on the gift card to this location that's circled currently, which is some other place at 590 Center Street in Beaumont, Texas. Phone number 409-832-7976.
Yes, sir.
And once you provide this to them, they will in turn fill out the bottom portion, which verifies that they did receive the monies allocated. And then you will in turn bring that back to court here before whatever time was just mentioned.
4:15.
Yes,
Yes,
Is
sir.
that good?
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay, we'll be in recess to 4:15.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'll be back shortly.
okay.